on back, ladies. It's your favorite around the way girl, naturally Candace, and today I'm going to be doing something a little different. It's not hair related. I'm going to do a get ready with me, a little chit chat, a story time. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, so I really wanted to share this love story with you guys, put some love out there, put some positive energy. So I wanted to tell you guys this story. It is a personal story. It is about my life and some of my friends, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. I hope I'm not too chatty. I am going to break this video up into two pieces, so I'll do part one today, and even though I don't do uploads on Wednesday, there will be a special Wednesday upload tomorrow on Valentine's Day with the ending of this love story. So if you're interested in the chit chat, get ready with me. Just stay tuned. So I'm actually gonna be doing my makeup while I tell you guys this story time, this love story, this personal story of mine. I already primed my face. I'm just color correcting, and I did my brows off camera. I am not a MUA or even good at my makeup, so I definitely have to do my brows off camera. I primed my face and now I'm just color correcting. So let's get into this story time. So I have dated all different kinds of people, been in all kinds of different kinds of relationships. I had really just got to a point where I was like, I don't even know at this point if I'm gonna get married. Like, I don't even know if I can take people serious at this point. So last year, 2017, me and my friends were kind of like in a funk about dating and love. So we decided that we were going to adopt this motto. HIL. HIL is short for Ho is life. Not really in the sense like just out here having sex and being very promiscuous with any and everybody, but more so like I'm a date whoever wants to date me. I'm just gonna be really open-minded, whatever. It is what it is, no expectations. So I have four best friends, Ray, Solo, Annie, and Bunny. We all adopted this policy. We was kind of like, we had a effort attitude about dating, like whatever, it is what it is. Let me tell you how this motto ended me up in one of the most draining and toxic, not even relationships, situationships, because we like weren't even like dating seriously. Like, it was one of those things like, are we, aren't we? You say we are, but it was just very toxic. And not only was I not having luck, none of my best friends were having luck. Like, the HIL motto failed us. One of the reasons why I think the HIL motto failed us was because we are not 20. I am actually getting ready to be 33. All of my friends are up in the 30s or just turned 30s. I have one friend, Annie, that's actually getting ready to turn 30 in April. But if you are not 30, then you won't be able to relate to this. But when you turn 30, there is like a major shift that goes on in your life. It's kind of like, I'm 30. I gotta get my shit together. I don't got time to play these games. I ain't no little bitty teeny bopper. Like, teeny bopper. I'm grown. I'm grown. I'm the daddy. But when you turn 30, there is a shift in your life. Like, you feel like you really need to get it together. Like, if you're not where you want to be, if you're not where you want to be. Like, me and my friends weren't where we wanted to be in our 30s. So 30 was kind of like, it's time to get it together. I'm going to be dating. I'm going to be dating. I want something serious. I'm getting my life together. I'm not about to be out here thotting at 35, still going on blind dates, still on Christian Mingle. We just didn't want to do that. So adopting to this new motto, HIL motto, adopting to this new motto, HIL, Ho is life, we quickly found out that this was not for us. Like, dating casually, just dating people just to date them, just settling, okay, they don't call, they don't text, we don't do this, we don't do that, just kind of being like, supposed to be just going with the wind, like, okay, whatever. But it started to be so draining, not getting the things that you need and the things that you want in your relationship. Just settling for all of the stuff that you hate in a person. You like, whatever, if this what they giving, okay, that's what I'm gonna give. But I'm not that person. I am not a person that is just gonna be okay with not getting things that I want in my relationship. And I'm gonna bring it up and I'm gonna complain about it, and I expect stuff to be done. Well, in this situationship, I just tried to keep letting the stuff go. Like, okay, hoe is life. He's dating other people. Okay, I'm gonna date other people. I ended up making myself miserable. Like, I'm miserable with this person. I hate the things that he's doing. Like, this is not me. This is not what I want. I do not want to settle for this. And a big thing that happened in my shift when I turned 30 was settling. I just didn't want to settle. Like, why should I have to settle? So the hoe is life motto is like going to hell. None of my friends or me are succeeding in the hoe is life motto. Hoe is life is like taking a toll on us. So we have been doing the hoe is life motto, and it is not working for anybody. And I kind of just get to a point where I'm like, I'd rather just be by myself and not deal with this. Like, thinking that you can be with somebody who is only focused on them in the relationship and making their self happy, and you're not getting the things that you need, and you're trying, to be open-minded. You're like, okay, maybe I'm being too needy. Maybe I just need to let it go with the flow. And I am a Cancer, so I'm a go with the flow kind of person, but not really go with the flow. I'm going with the flow if everything that I need and want is being satisfied as well. So I'm in this hoe is life situationship, and I am completely miserable. I can't get the basic stuff that I need and want in a relationship. So I'm just like, I'm giving up. Like, I'm blocking you. I'm moving on. This is not for me. Like, I cannot do this. Like, I cannot have just meaningless relationships with people just cause. Like, I'm 30. If we're not dating to build something solid or have a future together, then why are we doing this? And I believe that is why the hoe is life did not work for me or any of my friends. And yesterday, Annie calls me. Well, not yesterday, but this weekend, she calls me. And she's getting ready to turn 30 in April. She was one of the ones, that actually had a little luck with the whole hoe is life. She could, talk to people, not care, forget about them, blah, 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 move on. But she calls me this weekend and she was like, do you think that it's crazy that I just don't want to hang out with meaningless people and start like to get to know them if I know that there's not going to be like stability, like a relationship? And at that point in time, I knew, like, Annie, you're getting to that point like us. Like, you're 30. What are we doing besides wasting each other's time? Like, you like this, I like that, I expect this, you don't want to do this. Why are we doing this? And I told her, I was like, no, there's nothing wrong with that, not wanting to settle. Like, a lot of people, I feel like they're in these relationships 6 and 7 years and they're fucking miserable. Like, super miserable. They're in these relationships, they're pretty much just living to die. They're miserable. Like, them and the person don't even talk. They don't have fun. They put on, like, they do it just because they have the years invested and they don't want to start over. And I also feel like people settle because they get tired of dating and they get tired of trying, and they're kind of like, okay, I kind of vibe with this person. I could just let certain stuff slide, learn to get over it. I am not one of those people. Like, I don't know, it's a little hard to explain, but I am not one of those people. Like, I do not want to settle and be with somebody just for the sake of being with them. I don't want to be with anybody just to live to die. Like, we don't have fun, we don't do this, there is no connection. You're going this way in life, I'm going this way. Like, I don't want to settle. I don't want to have that. Like, I do not want a relationship like that. And I was getting to a point where I was kind of just giving up. I was like, I'm never going to meet anybody. I'm going to just be a serial dater, like Sex in the City style, like forever waiting for Mr. Right. Forever waiting for Mr. Right. That is going to be so funny. That is so funny. There's a reason why that's so funny, but I had really got to a point where I was kind of like, I am done. Like, I am not going to settle. So I am going to continue to cut people off. If we start talking or we start dating and little stuff, biggest thing to me, inconsistency. Inconsistency. You say you like me, we're vibing, we're kicking it. You think you could go 3 days without talking to me? You really think that that's okay? You really think that that's okay? And at one point in time, I was feeling like, okay, maybe I'm being too needy, wanting a person to talk to me every day, at least to check in. No, that's not needy. People are crazy, man. Dating is crazy. People would literally do that. But I decided that, you know, I wasn't going to settle for the little stuff. I wasn't going to settle. So, not that I was nitpicking when I was dating, but I just was like giving up. Like, I'm just getting used to the idea of maybe forever being single. That's what it was coming to. Me and the crew really got to a point where we were like, we're done with the hoe is life. I want to date, and I want to date people seriously that I can actually invest my time in and build a future with. Like, if I got to beg you to tell me good morning, I don't want it. And I had to learn like that it's okay to not want that. It's okay to demand that and expect that in your relationship, because the hoe is life had me thinking like I was super needy. Like, that kind of behavior is to be expected. Like, that's just how it is now. That's just how people are. Yeah, no. No, that was not the case at all. Let me tell you a little story time within a story time about one of the incidents that happened in the Hoe is Life episode. So, in my situationship with this guy, he didn't live near me. He lived in a nearby city, 45 minutes away. So, I drive at 11 p.m. at night because he's hanging out and he was like, hey, I want to see you. I want your company. Come and see me. So I drive 45 minutes out. But before I drive, I'm like, I don't mind coming out there, but I don't want to hang out too late. I have to work in the morning at 7. So it's like 11 o'clock. I drive out there. I get to where he's at. We end up not leaving there until like 1 o'clock in the morning. So at this point, I have a full-blown attitude. I'm like, you know, I'm really tired. I'm ready to go. Like, I told you I had to work in the morning. He was like, okay, we're just going to stop by one more place. Okay. I was like, I'm not going to come in. I'm going to sit in the car. Just hurry up. You say you just got about to run in here, speak to some people, and leave. Cool. I ended up sitting in the car for an hour. I cranked my car up. I drive. At this point in time, it's about 3:45 in the morning. I'm mad. I done wasted my night. Like, this isn't going to be it. Like, I'm just going to go home. So the situationship calls me and it's like, I'm so selfish. Why did I leave? I knew that he was going to be coming out. That wasn't fair. And in my mind, I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me. I done drove 45 minutes out here. I let you know what the situation was. You still want to hang out. You said that you wanted to hang out with me, but you're here doing whatever, hanging out with whatever. You're not focused on me. I'm going home. Hoe is life motto in my head: let it go. Y'all both tripping, miscommunication. Just let the situation go. That situation was fucked up. I still kept talking to the situationship after that because of the hoe is life. The hoe is life had me waste a good 7 months of my life with that kind of thinking. My 30-year-old mind told me, like, girl, you don't got time for this. Like, he is tripping. Like, girl. The hoe is life had me thinking that was okay. Okay, cool. Let it go, whatever. I ain't tripping. Boom. It kept being situations after situations after situations just like that. I didn't realize that the behavior that I was accepting in the hoe is life was stuff that was dead wrong, stuff that bothered me, stuff that really hurt me and affected me. And here I am masking it for the sake of this situationship just to keep it cool. Like, I don't want to be too needy. I don't want to be too naggy. I'm going to just go with the flow. I'm going to be cool. Like, this what it is. That shit had me miserable, because it just kept building and building and building on stuff that I knew I did not want to deal with. Stuff that I knew that really bothered me. Like, I do not want to sweep this under the rug. I am mad about this. And the fact that the other person felt like, okay, it was okay. So once the situation started happening and they felt like I felt like it was okay because I'm brushing it up under the rug, I found myself settling for this behavior. I was allowing this behavior and I was miserable. I'm not gonna go into detail about my friends, but I definitely will tell you the ending of my hoe is life. So crazy. But I ended that situationship and I made a vow to myself that I was gonna be very open and deliberate with what I wanted in my relationship, that I was going to be very clear about it. I was going to set out stuff that I didn't want to settle for. I made a promise to myself that this is what I was going to do. Like, I wasn't going to settle. I was going to find love. I know that love is out there for me. And I have been in a lot of bad situations and relationships, things that make me not want to trust people, things that make me very guarded about the whole love situation. But I am a true romantic. I am a Cancer, so I know that love is out there for me. So I started to be deliberate with my intent. I was honest with myself with what I wanted in my relationship and what I expected in my relationship. I was very honest with myself. Being honest with myself helped me open up in communicating and dating. If I didn't like something or something that somebody did, if it was small, I could let it go. If it was on my list of things that I promised to myself, I made a note of it. I made a note of, when it happened, if it was something that I was really willing to deal with. But back to the story. I really thought about giving up, but I decided not to. I was like, okay, I'm gonna at least go for it again. A few more times. I still got it in me. So I stayed very optimistic. I stayed to myself. I kept my promises to myself. Like, I wasn't being thirsty. I wasn't like on dating sites deliberately trying to date. I was just chilling. When it comes, it'll come. When it comes, it'll come. So I had been single, for a couple months. And I seen a little something that intrigued my interest on Instagram. But before we get into the end of the story, which is going to be another video, I'm almost done doing my makeup. The point of this video was, I know a lot of us get discouraged in love. You try all kinds of dating. You try. I guess this video is really for single people, because some of you are lucky enough to already find somebody, but I know that dating is hard and you really start to question yourself. You really start to feel like, is it me? Do I want too much? Do I ask for too much? Do I expect too much? You really start to feel like it's you. And I want you to know that it's not you. It is not you. What you want in life and in your relationship, you can get. It will happen. It's not you. And don't give up. You should really, really, really keep trying, because as soon as you think about giving up, it's really gonna happen for you. My makeup is done and this part of the story is almost done. I shared that with you guys because after Ho is Life and situations like that, it really made me feel like that it was me when it came to dating and relationships. It made me feel like I was hard to love. I was high maintenance, like what I wanted and what I expected was too much. It made me feel like I should lower my standards. And when I lowered my standards, I was even more miserable. But I wanted to share this with you guys because even though I went through that, of course, a lot of hurt, a lot of wasted time, a lot of wasted energy, I learned from that. And I also learned that I wanted to stay optimistic because I know that love is out there for me. Love is out there for everybody, for everyone. And I stayed optimistic, and I have an amazing love story to share with you guys. Like, I still can't believe it when I think about it. Like, I still can't believe what has happened to me, what is going to happen to me, the sake and the future of this relationship, how important it is to me and how sacred it is. And I can't wait to share it with you guys on the next video. So stay tuned if you want to hear the rest of my love story and how my life has changed tremendously by being very optimistic and still open to love even after the hurt. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I didn't ramble too much. I hope I made sense. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Until tomorrow for part 2. Be great, Queen.